What's up, guys? So the big topic of cardio. Everyone's always asking what type of cardio is the best to do. When should I do my cardio? There's many variables when answering that question. Your body type, how lean you are, how much fat you have to lose, what point in time you are in your diet, and how much calories you're eating. So you basically want to eat the most amount of food and do the least amount of cardio while losing body fat. Once you hit a plateau or once you slow down, you want to do more cardio and slowly decrease food. But you don't want to do tons of cardio off the bat, and you don't want to eat very little off the bat. Now, without going off on a tangent, as far as types of cardio, you have steady state cardio, which is basically a steady state. Walking, jogging, stairs, whatever, what most people do. And then you have interval cardio, which is fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, moderate, in between, all mixed up. And then you have HIIT. HIIT is the Hulk of cardio, okay? The superhero of cardio. HIIT is not interval. A lot of people mistake this. They say, oh yeah, I do HIIT. I go really fast on the stairs for 2 minutes and then I go slow for a minute. That's not HIIT. HIIT is an all-out 1000% effort, and it only lasts seconds, 10 to 30 seconds. A human being cannot sprint at full speed for 1 to 2 minutes. It's just not possible. So you want to mimic an all-out sprint on a field. If you can go out on a field and do cardio, that's the best thing. Race a friend and you guys will be deteriorated within 10 minutes. And not only that, but the more intense the cardio that you're doing, the longer rest you need. So people I'll do the spin bike. I'll show you guys. I'll do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. If I sprint on a field, it's more like 10, 11 seconds sprint and a minute to 3 minute rest because there's just so much more exertion. Now, what makes HIIT so much better than steady state? Steady state cardio, if there's a graph, a chart, steady state cardio burns this much fat, let's say, but only this much glycogen. So it burns a higher percentage of fat, which sounds great, right? It burns a higher percentage of fat. It burns a higher percentage of fat versus glycogen. Glycogen is carbohydrates in the muscle. Okay, fine. HIIT cardio will burn this much fat, 10 times, 100 times more than steady state, but it'll burn a lot of glycogen as well. So what does that mean? HIIT cardio is more effective. It'll get you leaner faster in a much shorter period of time, but you just have to make sure you replenish your glycogen stores, and you have to be careful when you do it. So fasted on an empty stomach, HIIT cardio will be very, very effective, but it can be dangerous as far as muscle breakdown and wasting because it requires a lot of fuel, a lot of glycogen, like we just said, muscle carbs. And if it's not there, your body can possibly burn muscle. It's not going to be an overnight, you wake up and you're missing a pec. That's not going to happen, but it's something to think about over a 3-month prep, a 3-month diet. So what do? I do HIIT. I start off my preps always with HIIT. I'll do hard cardio. As I get tired, like people will say, well, if HIIT is so good, how come the big bodybuilders don't do it? Well, you got to ask them. It might be personal reasons, but my opinion is, 1, it's very difficult. 2, the bigger and more muscular you are, the more difficult and dangerous it is. And that's why we're sitting on the spin bike and not the treadmill. I used to sprint on the treadmill, max speed of 14 miles per hour. If you slip up, if there's one little shoelace that gets in your way, it's a wrap. You won't even be able to compete. You can really hurt yourself. And the bigger you are, the harder it is to move around that fast. So, and also when you're at your end of your diet and low calories, it's very, very strenuous. Sometimes you just don't have the fuel. So towards the end of my prep, if I can do the HIIT, I do it. If not, I'll do, as hard as I can. I'll go really fast for 10, 15 minutes. I'll slow down. I'll do whatever I can. But one other aspect of cardio, one other main thing to know is your body adapts to what you do. So when you see people walking or jogging in the gym, and year in and year out, they always look the same, they become efficient. They become efficient at that cardio. They become efficient at climbing the stairs. They become efficient at walking or jogging. It doesn't necessarily mean they're in great shape. It just means they're efficient. And as an athlete, that's great. Because as a football player or a soccer player, if you're efficient at something, then you're going to burn less energy and you're going to last longer running around on the field, right? But for us, we're not trying to be efficient. We're not trying to be a performer running a mile. We want to do the cardio to burn fat. if your body's efficient at it and doing it with ease, you're not gonna burn a lot of fat. So I'll see people during their preps doing like stairs every freaking day, the same thing all the time. And then they go from 30 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours at the end of the prep. That's insane. It's too much. You can burn a great deal more fat by switching cardio, doing different variations, steady state, moderate interval, intense interval, and HIIT. Even in the same session, you can incorporate all of them. You'll burn more fat. The guy has become super, super efficient and very, very good at running stairs, so 2 hours barely does anything. What it really does is makes you more hungry and makes the diet harder. So, okay, so we're on the spin bike, and what you wanna do is you wanna warm up for about 1 to 3 minutes. I usually do about 2-minute warm up at a good pace just to get warmed up, because you can't go into an all-out sprint cold. You could pull something or hurt yourself. So once I'm warmed up, I'll do 5 minutes of HIIT. Each minute consists of 30 seconds, balls to the wall fast, 30 seconds, rest. The more intense the activity, the longer the rest, and the rest can be nothing, just standing still. Here, I'll just continue to cycle very slowly. You want the resistance at a resistance where it's not so soft where your feet just slip off and you're just flying all over the place, but not so much resistance where it's getting you to go slow. High resistance is also good. It's got its own place and time. But the name of the game here is speed, HIIT, full out sprint. So I'm going to show you guys, I already did the warm up. I'm going to show you guys what the 30-30 would look like, okay? So this is good resistance right here. So I would do 30 seconds. This would be my rest, okay? You could go slower than this if you're really tired. You could go faster if you have the gas. And then once the 30 seconds starts, you can stand if you like too. I do different variations, but you want to go all out 100 miles per hour. Ready? Go. Okay, so I don't have a timer here now. I don't know how long that was. It wasn't 30 seconds, but usually I'll have a timer strapped on here. I'll use my iPhone. You have to have that. You can even download music that'll beep at a certain time. As you saw after I started, I turned it up. It wasn't enough resistance. So you want enough resistance where your feet aren't gonna slip off. It's not too easy, but not too much. You wanna go really, really fast. And you look how that short that was, and I'm so winded. You will literally feel a metabolic difference when you do HIIT. Later in the evening, you're gonna feel your metabolism ramped up. Your body temperature will be higher for a longer period of time. This is not bro science. This is not an opinionated discussion. It's scientifically proven that HIIT is more effective. So as long as you do it at the right times and you do it with the right machines and safely, it's by far the best cardio you could do. I definitely recommend hydrating a lot before and after and taking a branched chain amino acid before you do it, just to help avoid any muscle breakdown. So I hope that answers a lot of the questions, guys. If you have any questions, just post in the comments below. I'll check it out and I'll answer to the best of my ability.